Friday morning, March the 1st. Had a little surprise this morning. Actually, that was after 2 o'clock. I did a 2 o'clock check, but I heard a bunch of horn clacking during the night. And that's the one that's lowest on the totem pole in this pen. So she's going up up there on the hay. She's happy up there. This doe here is due today, and the one laying over there is due today. And she's just been kind of standing in this area here, so I don't know if goats stake out their territory before they have their babies or what, but that's where she's kind of been. So we'll have to get her back down. Not sure how she got up there, but so before we get her down, or feed grain, we want to get her down first. It's kind of open there, so we're going to put this shipping blanket over the gate, make it solid so she will jump over it instead of try to go through it. Well, it worked, but she jumped into the wrong pen. But we'll just see how she gets along in there. I put her in there the other day, and she started butting the little one, but we'll see how they do. Actually, if she doesn't beat up on them, I prefer she be in that pen. That way it's equally divided and she gets her fair share and they don't beat up on her so bad. And Little Dot is obviously afraid of this other goat, but we can feed her over there. She gets her fair share. These two can eat here. We spread this out so everybody gets theirs. These are the dominant ones here, so I always save a little bit and put over here, and the dominant ones come over here and chase out the others, so then they can go down here and get the rest of theirs. So just got to figure out the dynamics of the group. So we'll see how this works and maybe leave that one over there today. This is purely a guess on my part, but you see how she's sunken down there and on this side? Yeah. They do that about 24 hours before they have her go into labor. So, and the way she's acting last night, I'm just suspicious that she might be going into labor today or tonight. That's it for today, and we're getting obviously closer. Their actual due date on, like I said, the gold one there and then this big brown one, their actual date is today. It's Saturday morning, March the 2nd, and everybody's still in one piece, so really hoping they start having these babies, because even though we're on air mattresses, it's a little different. But like I said, they should all, there's 5 of them due on the same day, and the rest of them, were bred within 3 days of each other, so we're hoping they have them this weekend, because we've got some sheep that are due in a week that have to come up as well. So we don't want to crowd the goats too much, and we'd like to get some goats and babies out of here first before we bring the sheep up. So anyway, that's the way it is this morning. They are all nice and comfortable, and we'll fill you in when we get some babies. We're doing some modification of the pen here. None of the goats have had kids, and we got a sheep that's due in 9 days, and a few others due in about 10 days. So we moved the hay that was stacked there. 3 bales are there, the partial bales there, and then one here, and then this is a bale of grass hay for the rams. And then we built a pen over there on the other side, and it'll be in here. We have to bring a couple more gates from down at the shed up, put along here, and then there'll be a gate across here. Put a water tank in here where they'll have their water. We built a combined feed manger. The goats can eat from one side and the sheep from the other side. If we put the sheep with the goats, they really beat up on the sheep. So it's only a short period of time, just long enough that we can, get maybe half the goats out of here with their babies. And and go from there. But actually it'll be okay if they're over here too. So that affords us some extra space, and because we're going to have to double up. So the 7 we're bringing up are due in March. The balance of the sheep don't start until April. So that should give us some time then to get all the goats out and then have room for the sheep. These are the 5 ewes that are due this month. Our Texel ewe, Shirley, 2 Jacobs, the Ultra France ewe, number 24, and then the number 29 Dorper. So we're going to take those up today. The wooled ones, the 4 with the wool, I crutched them, or shore the wool, or they call it tagging as well, around the udder and the tails. I didn't do Shirley because she has no wool in her udder, and so she really didn't need it. But the IDF and the 2 Jacobs, and I did I think 3 or 4 others too. So that's already done. We got the trailer backed up here, ramp there. We'll load them up, and then we got to take this red gate and green gate up for the barn. So we're just about set to go. So we got them delivered. They're over here. Shared manger, shared water trough. We've got the heater in there in case it gets cold again. Cord's going down there so they can't get to it. That way, if for some reason, especially Shirley would lay them early, at least she's up here, and we can take care of that. You just saw Pearl, she butted the IDF. They're the dominants, but they'll figure it out being in close quarters like this. So that's what we've been up to today. It's a beautiful day. It's got to be in the 60s or so. I haven't looked at the temperature, but it's a sunshiny day and really nice day to get all this stuff done. It is Sunday evening, March the 3rd, and still no kids. I calculated in my mind today, we turned the Billy in with them on October the 2nd, and 155 days from October the 2nd works out to be March the 5th, so that would be Tuesday. So I keep saying, well, we're getting closer, which is obvious, but nothing yet. And the sheep have settled in well. And actually this configuration, those gates right there, and then there's another set of the gates on the other side, that's the manger. It's worked out really well. And with just that little extra space that we gave the goats, they're a lot calmer. They just, they each have more personal space, if you will. And the dominant does aren't picking on the others nearly as much. So it's all worked out really well. The nightlight's working well. It's on a photocell. And so we're really pleased with the way it's working out. So anyway, we're still counting down, waiting for some baby goats. The Texel ewe over there, she's actually due a week from today. And I did see a little mucus discharge from her tonight. And so if she goes early, she may beat the goats. So who knows? We'll keep you updated and let you know when it happens. Thanks for joining us. Good morning. Michael Walsh and Roger Norgel, Monday, March the 4th. What a beautiful morning. Sun's up above the hills there. Listen to the sandhill cranes and the robins, and the red-winged blackbirds are back, blue jays, crows, cardinals. We got all kinds of wildlife out here. No babies yet. Sheep are all settled in, and we've actually got 4 of our 5 breeds up here. Actually, we have 6 counting the crossbred. Those 2 are Jacob sheep. They're kind of a heritage breed, very old breed. The one at the back is Pearl. Or, I'm sorry, Pearl's in front. She has 2 horns, and one at the back is Patsy. You can't really see it, but she has 4 horns. There's the 2 that curl forward, and then just by her ear, there's a corn coming out the side of her head that curls downward. I don't know if I can. Probably can't get close enough to her. They're a little bit wild. And this one over here is a Texel. That's the one that we brought from my grandniece. She's actually due in 6 days and got quite an udder, so at this rate she may beat the goats. And then this is one of our shedding sheep, white Dorper. They don't have wool, they have a hair coat, and some of them down at the run-in shed are actually shedding out, starting to, got some pretty good shedding going. And then the one back there is an Ile-de-France. It's a wool breed, and so we've got quite a collection. And the other two that we have is a Suffolk Ram, a registered Suffolk Ram, and then we have a 3/4 Texel, or 3/4 Dorset, 1/4 Texel Ram. We got those two from Canada. So that's our sheep, and the goats here. They're just munching away, still incubating. But it's worked out. This fence line here actually came out this way, then over, then down. So with this added space, they're a lot less fighting, and they got more space to move around. So, and the hay rack here is working well. They can eat from both sides. Got the water tanks. So, anyway, as I said yesterday, I calculated 155 days for the billy goat. And from the first day we turned him in, and that's when some breeding took place, will be tomorrow. So I keep saying this, we're getting closer, but they should have them this week. Anyway, they can't go on forever. So thanks for joining us today at Norwal Farm. Today is actually day 155 of when the initial breedings took place, but everybody is still intact. Eagerly awaiting their breakfast. So we had a really nice rain overnight, lightning and stuff, but really good rain, so that will help replenish the moisture from the drought from this summer. We had significant rain overnight, which was welcomed, because we've been pretty dry here. So today we are cleaning out the paddock here around the feeder, because they pull out hay, and then the manure and the rain, it gets pretty wet. So it's gravel here, which is nice because we get this off and it dries out and protects the integrity of the feed of the sheep. Puppies this morning, they did eat some moistened kibble. We did see one of them in the feeding station eating this morning. So it started raining yesterday afternoon and rained all night, so they probably hadn't gone out there to eat. So they were a little hungry this morning. So we've decided just to, on a nice day, we'll just feed them, offer them food once in the morning, and we'll still soften it for them because they'll eat it faster. And then, because yesterday and the day before we offered it to them and they were full, so they would have been getting their share of the dry kibble. And we've decided not to take them off of Lily. We're just going to let her wean them on her own, because she will. She's actually starting to do that now. She spends most of her time out with the sheep, and if they come up to nurse, she kind of moves away from them. So she'll just naturally wean them, and they'll just run with the sheep, and then when they go to their new homes, they'll just go to their new homes. So we're finishing up the manure today. We're going to bring a little more straw down here, not a lot, but just a little bit. Puppies are enjoying the sunshine, taking their nap. And we brought some hay down for the llama, Heidi, and the rams, because they were empty. And I got to bring another board down, put one up a bit and across, because it's too tall between the board and the top, and billy goat can jump in there and crawl through. So I just got to put one across so he can't jump in there. So anyway, it's a beautiful day here. The sun came out, and it's probably in the 40s right now. Just a really pleasant day. With the rain we've had, hauling this manure out here, you can see how the top of this is just real slick and it digs up. That's the reason we had this excavated here, and then we put in this stone. And you can see where I drive on the stone, there's no problem. And so that way for the livestock, it keeps it nice and dry. We just keep the wet manure off of it, and it stays dry, drains well, and it's better for the health of their feet. Get this cleaned down to the stone. You can see around the feeder it's much better. So it's already drying out. The wind's drying it out and the sun's out. So it's a good day to do this. And then later this spring or summer, once they're out on pasture, we'll clean out inside the building. We're not going to clean that out now. There's a little manure pack there, and we just put clean straw on top of it. We're cleaning out this part right here where Roger is, because it's soaked and kind of wet, but on up to where the base of that mineral feeder is, it's fairly dry there, so we'll just stop there.